I've never. Holy shit, let's try this again. I've never understood individuals who constantly have to be in a relationship at all times. It's like these are the type of folks who cannot spend any time alone with themselves, like, at all. They can't introspect to save their life. They don't want to spend any time by themselves. They constantly have to be surrounded by other people, and it doesn't even matter who these other people are. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure you guys grew up with a ton of people like this as well in your life if you're a Gen Z. These type of folks who are constantly posting on Instagram like their relationship, you know what I mean? It's all they post about. They get their entire identity from who they're in a relationship with. They have no clue who they are as individuals. They can't tell you anything about themselves. They haven't learned about themselves at all because they've spent no time trying to learn about themselves. They've spent no time alone because for whatever reason they're just they're just going along with whatever society or people around them are doing and telling them to do. It's like, well, if society says that I should do this, well, I guess I'll do this, So these are the type of individuals who are constantly going from relationship to relationship to relationship because they don't know who they are internally. Okay. It's like they're getting a sense of identity from who they're in a relationship with. And you'll see a lot of these type of people if you go into, say, their Instagram profile or their social media account, whatever. These are the type of folks that will have their relationship partner in their bio. You know what I mean? They'll have like nothing about themselves in their bio, but they'll have someone else's name in their bio because it's almost like who they are, their entire identity, their entire personality, their entire purpose on the planet is somebody else. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know who I am, but if you want to know who I am, I'm this person's relationship partner. My identity is this other person. You know what I mean? There are a ton of folks today who are so lost and they don't understand life at all, and their identity is externally like based, right? And so I'm not saying that relationships are bad, you know what I mean? I've been in a relationship myself. You know what I'm saying? I've dated and things like this. I would like a relationship partner when I get a little bit older and I'm ready to settle down. So I get that. But I'm more so talking about these type of folks who it's like they think that life is all about being in a relationship constantly, and oh, if I'm single, well, I'm a loser or something is wrong with me, you know what I mean? So I'll just jump from relationship to relationship and I don't even care who this person is, as long as I'm seen with other people, then I'm doing something right. I'm cool, or I'm valuable because I'm dating somebody or something, when the truth is, I think, if you want to build a lasting relationship that is a true connection, you want to spend some time alone with yourself. You know what I mean? You want to go through kind of a phase in life where you're alone, where you're learning who you are as a person. You're not living the cliche life that society tells you to live. You know what I mean? This life of, I'm going to go to school, I'm going to graduate from school, I'm going to get a job, I'm going to get married, you know what I mean? I'm going to have a kid, I'm going to do all of these, like, check these boxes that life or that society is telling me to do, and oh, I've just made it. I've done I'm like a robot. I'm just like, well, society tells me to do this: get a job, get married, have a kid. You know what I mean? Do it at this age. It's got to be done on this exact timeline. I'm going to live the same life that fucking every single other person is living. You know what I mean? Because they think that they have to follow some kind of robotic script. You know what I mean? These are the people who are looking, please tell me who I am, world. Tell me what I'm supposed to do. They have no internal locus of control inside themselves. It's like they're trying to be their parents as fast as they can. You know what I mean? It's like, well, this is what my parents did, so, I'm going to, as fast as I can, become my parents. That's what I want to do. I want to live the exact same life that my parents lived. So let me, fake like I'm in some perfect relationship, or let me fake like I've got the best job in the world, or let me, it's everything is fake. It's all an act. It's all like they're trying to be just like everyone else. They're not trying to be themselves. They're trying to be like everybody else. And a lot of these people are like the most shallow people ever. They have no depth to them whatsoever. They live on the surface. They think that what they see online is reality. They think that how people present themselves is really who they are. You know what I mean? These people are like super shallow to the point where it's like they don't have thoughts of their own. They just believe whatever. A lot of times, these are the folks that are going to come to realize that they're deeply dissatisfied with their life because they never took it upon themselves to introspect and ask themselves, what do I actually want out of life? Instead, they just took the easy road. They just did, well, they just lived the cliche life. They just, well, I'm going to do what, what everybody else does and this kind of shit. Because, well, that's just what society tells me to do, and like I said, these folks are going to find themselves deeply dissatisfied with their life and deeply misaligned as well a lot of times, because they're going to realize, wait a minute, I never actually took the time to realize what I actually wanted to do in life, what I actually wanted in life, and instead I just followed some script just like everybody else. And now I'm realizing that I'm not living the life that I want to live. You know what I mean? Because my life, my identity was externally based, right? And so yeah, I've just never understood these type of people who have to constantly be in a relationship. They're constantly posting about, oh, my relationship is fucking perfect. I'm so cool and awesome. Aren't I cool? I'm in a relationship constantly, and I don't really know anything about this person. I don't know who this person is. I don't even know who I am. We don't have deep conversations. We don't get to know each other, but we take pictures on Instagram together. We take pictures together of us doing fun stuff to try to project an image to make it look like our life is awesome and this kind of shit. These are the people that are actually the most lost. These people that are trying to make it seem like they've got everything together. And it's super fake too, right? It's almost like they're performing for an audience. They're trying to put on this act or perform that they've got life figured out. They're like, this is what this is what a life is supposed to be. So let me perform and act as what everybody else is doing, because that's what I'm supposed to do. That's what society is telling me to do. I have to, I've got to fit right in. I've got to be just like everybody else. You know what I mean? I can't actually be myself. I can't actually live my own life. I've got to act and be fake just like everybody else because I've got to fit in. You know what I mean? I don't stand out at all. I've got to fit right in. I've got to be a fucking number in the system just like everybody else. Let me take a picture with this person that I've married that I don't even like and I fucking hate. You know what I mean? But, at least I'm taking a picture and at least I'm married. Oh, because, I've checked that box or whatever. A lot of it's super fake. They're performing a relationship for an audience, and a lot of times these people are fighting behind the scenes. They don't even talk to each other. The girl is on the couch scrolling on fucking social media all day while the dude's sitting there on the computer playing video games all day. You know what I mean? That's what's really going on a lot of the time. Or like, the girl is in full control of this dude and the dude is fucking clueless and he has no idea what's happening. This girl is controlling this guy's life from top to bottom and he's too fucking clueless to realize what's happening because he's worried about, he's a 30-year-old dude worried about playing some fucking video game all day. You know what I mean? And he's clueless that this woman, this manipulative ass woman is, pulling the strings on him like he's a puppet so he can do whatever she wants him to do, and he has no idea what's happening. You know what I mean? Or he's in this mindset where he thinks that, oh yeah, we're in love, bro. You know what I mean? It's true love, like we're in a Disney movie or something. You know what I mean? It's really true love. Or he's caught up in lust or something, like, you know what I mean? He's so lustful to the point where he just wants sex and shit like that, and he's clueless of the fact he can't even see this woman. You know what I mean? He can't even see this woman for who she actually is as a person because he's either blinded by some fake Disney fantasy love story that he thinks he's in, or he's blinded by lust and shit like this. Or the two of them, they think their relationship is something that it's not. They're too busy trying to project an image to other people to like perform for an audience that they don't realize both of them are lost and have no idea who they even are. And again, I'm not trying to shit on people that are in relationships. I'd like to be in a relationship myself whenever I find the right person for me. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm out here trying to just get any woman that I can get. That way I can post on social media and prove to people, oh, yes, I'm in a relationship now. Now my life is complete. You know what I mean? It's like, I no longer have to do any work on myself because I'm in a relationship. So I've just achieved the most ultimate goal in life. I'm in a relationship now. I can relax. Now I've done it. You know, now I get to prove to other people that I'm in one, and I get to fit in and be like other people. Now it's like, that's not the goal. You shouldn't be like chasing that kind of shit. You should be working on yourself and figuring out what type of individual would actually be a good relationship partner for your life. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. Not just, oh, I've got any woman now. You know what I mean? You should be looking for the right man or the right woman. You shouldn't just be looking for any man or any woman. And one other thing I'll touch on too, and it's not that I want this to be the case, but this will be the case with some of these people that think that they have this perfect relationship at like such a young age or whatever. A lot of these type of folks will be divorced in like 3 to 5 years time. You know what I mean? They'll be divorced in 3 to 5 years time, and then they'll have this kind of moment of realization where it's like, you know what, I didn't really love that person, or that person really wasn't the right person for me. I was just trying to hurry up and get into a relationship so I could fit in with my peers, or so I could appear as though I was in a perfect relationship. A lot of these type of people will have this moment, like will have this sort of epiphany moment of like, oh shit, I fucked up because I was trying to be like everybody else instead of be me. But hey, you know, we're performing that we've got our life together and all this kind of shit, you know what I mean? It's all fake. I mean, it's all fake. So yeah, don't be fooled by this kind of shit, you know what I mean? Just because someone is like in a relationship or something doesn't mean they've got life figured out. It doesn't mean that they're happy necessarily. They could be, you know what I mean? They could be lucky and have found the absolute perfect person for themselves, and they could have the perfect relationship behind the scenes. Those things are possible, but it's pretty unlikely, because if you're someone who is actually satisfied with your life and actually satisfied with your relationship, then you don't really feel the need to constantly like post about it and seek validation from people online about it, you know, because you're just good in who you are. You're just satisfied already. You don't need that external validation. You don't need that attention from other people online and shit like that. So yeah, that's kind of the video, guys. Let me know if you can relate. These people that are around you that seem to constantly be in a relationship or constantly be surrounded by tons of people, and they're like avoiding being alone because they're afraid of they can't be alone with themselves at all because that scares them. They can't introspect. They're constantly distracting themselves by being around a bunch of people and shit like that. These people don't have their lives together either. Okay, so just know that. That's the video, guys. I'm John. Thanks for watching.